beautiful soul stars, welcome to Starlight Starbright Tarot. I hope you're all well. Love, light and blessings to each and every one of you. And yes, this is a new format. You get to see the cards, which is kind of nice. And yeah, I'm having some treatments on my skin for sun damage, so please take care when you're out in the sun. Make sure you put sunscreen on or wear a hat. A lot of you are in winter, so that's okay at the moment. But yeah. Okay, let's get started. I'm using the archetypes, the wild unknown archetypes, the quantum oracle, the Morgan Greer tarot, and the four agreements. So let's get started. Starting with Morgan Greer. Okay, let's find out what's happening for you. Love to you guys. Think about what you want to know. Put your mind into this. Meditate upon it. The answers will come to you in this reading. Thank you. Whoa, we have Judgment. Yes, we do. We have a family of three here. You could be an only child or have an only child. But, oh, and the Tower. So we have Judgment here and the Tower. So this is letting go of the ego. This is stripping everything away so that you can rise up. So there's nothing left for you to think about but God. Sometimes we're put into situations where everything's stripped away from us. We are simply left wondering, yeah, wondering, how do we move forward? How do we get out of the situation we're in right now is what I'm getting to say to you. Yeah, it's kind of like an epiphany here as well. You're just having that aha moment that at the end of the day, you just have to wait for God. That's what I'm getting to say to you. So the Tower and Judgment. So really reflecting on the things, you know, on the things that you have done, on how you have lived your life. Has your life come full circle? Have you really grown? Have you really changed? Are you just right back into the same situation you've always been in? Are all the faces different, but yet the personalities are all the same? Yeah, so this is kind of like letting it all crumble around you, letting it all go so that you can rise up for a better day. This is what's important. So yeah, things, you know, you've been in a bit of turmoil. We have the Tower here, Trump Tower. We have the Tower here, lightning. You know, this is almost like a lighthouse with all these waves and all this water around you. Perhaps you have fears regarding natural disasters. Perhaps you've lost a lot because of natural disasters. Maybe you've lost a lot on a spiritual level, on a physical level. This is to strip you down. This is to strip all away from you so that you have nothing to turn to, no one to turn to but God, to the angelic realm, letting the universe rise you up, coming to judgment. Yes, this is what's happening. So this is not saying that you're a bad person or that you've done anything wrong. You haven't done anything wrong, but life has been very chaotic around you is what I'm getting. And that's the thing, we feel punished in some way. We feel that we don't deserve what is happening to us in our lives right now. You know, this is what we're coming to. We're coming to realize that the only thing that can help us is the divine, is the universe, is God Almighty themselves. Wow, this is a sermon. Okay, let's get going. Yeah, 10 of Wands. Feeling very burdened. The worst is over, but yes, carrying a lot of burdens, carrying a lot of experiences. Maybe you've seen too much, maybe you've had too much done to you. It's just all been a little bit too much. It's like the straw that snapped the camel's back. But you know, it's our ego that punishes us for not being good enough, and it's our love of self and God that will get us through. So taking all of these life experiences to rebuild. So there's rebuilding going on here as well. And it's almost like, hallelujah, I've been saved. Hallelujah, you know, I have been saved. Yeah, so there's something going on here where, yeah, you're going to receive the materials, you're going to receive the information to help you to move forward, to build again. To build, see this, you know, we've got this carpentry going on here. We have these sticks, we have these wands, made from timber. So this could be to do with trades and trade services and things like that. You'll have everything you need to rebuild, is what I'm getting to say to you. Right, and and we have the Lovers. So the Lovers and the Tower. So maybe you're finding yourself alone. Maybe love has not worked out for you. Maybe you're dreaming of love, of coming together in a peaceful and harmonious relationship with someone. These two people are from different ethnicities, different cultures, that kind of thing, coming together in peace, bringing the ethnicities, bringing the cultures together in peace after there's been a lot of destructive energy. So yes, there's been a lot of destructive energy. You've been thrown in the water. Be careful around water. Be careful around the sun and surf, is what I'm getting to say to you, although all is well. So yeah, you're kind of having to break down the ego. You have to know what you want, and what you know that you want has to be for the right reasons. In other words, you can't really want anything, is what I'm getting to say to you. You can't want anything. You just have to let it come. Let the storm subside. Let things come to peace, and then rise up. Once you have hit rock bottom, you raise your arms up in praise. Like, we're always happy when good things are happening. God is our best friend when good things are happening. But when we're in a disaster zone, and we feel unsupported, we curse the gods, don't we? So we can't do that. We have to know that everything happens for a reason. And I know people are so burnt out with hearing that. What reason can this be? Well, it's to raise you up spiritually, for you to awaken finally, to come to terms with the fact that you still have the energy, you still have what you need in order to move forward. In fact, you have more than you need when it comes to your experiences. And when you have to build again, when you have to start again, all these experiences assist you forward with rapid growth. So, you can rebuild a lot faster, but you are dragging your feet, you are feeling very weary, but it's time to rise up. Also, assisting and helping others could be on the cards here as well, but also feeling unsupported, feeling, like your relationships have been a disaster, feeling, that you've had one karmic partner after the other, and really you're just wanting your soulmate, you're wanting your twin flame, you're wanting this reciprocal love, you're wanting this support through another person. And that's okay, we're not meant to be alone. So, but the divine has this in hand. It's, trying to find someone worthy for you, trying to find, somebody who can match you, is what I'm getting to say to you. Oh, and then we have the Ace of Swords on the bottom. So, you're going to have victory, you're going to have success, you're going to have an epiphany, you're going to have a big idea, or you're going to hear something very powerful, words that are very powerful, that are going to help to lift you. You could be receiving a message from someone, or you could be meeting with someone. It could be online, but it's through words, it's through writing, it's through letters, and this could really help to rise you up, to find people of your soul group, of your soul tribe. And we have the tuba here, we have like a military band playing, is what I'm getting to say to you. You're part of God's army, and yes, the divine knows how worn out you are. You've tried to make many connections, you've really tried very hard to live this life in a way that's compatible with others. The problem is that others are not compatible with you. So, it's not you kind of energy, it's them, but at the same time, you're taking responsibility. You're coming to understanding, you're coming to realization that everything does have a purpose, and that you do have the strength to keep moving forward, to carry on. So we'll take that, Ace of Swords, and we'll get one more. So you could be signing a contract as well, or just coming together with people of like mind, How is this going to happen, you wonder? How is this going to happen? When you're asked by the divine to do nothing but meditate and nurture self, to come to healing, and you find yourself only with yourself, then this can be very difficult. But you have to have faith. You have to know that, that something good is coming for you. Oh, God. This is too many cards. We have the devil. So, yeah, we have toxic energy. We have the devil card here. So, walking away from temptation, that kind of thing. What I'm getting from this as well, you've also come to an epiphany, an understanding. I think I just said it earlier, that it's the same people, just different faces. It's the same place, but just different places, just different names. Like nothing's changed is what I'm getting. But you have changed. You have grown. You can now identify dark energy. You can now understand that people who are coming to you are just more of the same, and this hasn't worked for you into the future. So, you have to walk away from your addictions as well. You have to come to terms with the Buddhist idea, and it doesn't matter what religion you are, all religions have wisdom, and all religions have harm. So it just depends, how you move forward with your religion. So it's it's being able to so like the Buddhists kind of have that so the Buddhists tell us to detach, and it's not necessarily a physical detachment, but it's a spiritual detachment. So you can have a home, you can have money, you can strive, you can work, but it has to be aligning with your purpose, with your life path. And knowing that you can't take anything with you. It doesn't mean that you have to have nothing, but it's just the understanding that nothing will go with you. So everything you have is part of your life path. So, the devil is the block here, and see we have the star in reverse. So, feeling like you haven't succeeded, feeling like it's been a bit of a waste of time. Can you be successful? Losing hope. And you need to kind of come to healing. And this is a thing, the devil plays the tricks. So if you're losing hope, if you're just, realizing that, nothing has really changed for you and you so desperately want it to, the star in reverse is telling us that there's healing here to be done. There's healing to be done. And you're feeling like, well, how can I heal if I can't move out of where I am, if nothing changes? And this is the thing, it's like a catch-22, it's a paradox. It's like, well, you have to change in order for your environment to change, but in order for you to change, you also need your environment to change. So, it's a catch-22, it becomes a paradox that we become stuck in. So there's a loss of hope here, loss of faith is what I'm getting, in love, in stability, and there's this Empress energy here as well. There could be something here to do with birth, things that haven't worked out when it comes to birth, or giving birth. You need to give birth to your pain. The Empress can give birth to anything, can give birth to so many creative ideas. So there could be something here to do also with female reproductive and things like that. Or maybe you're punishing yourself for some kind of loss that you've had when it comes to pregnancies or babies and things like that. But just know, we go through difficult things, but at the end of the day, we can grow stronger from this. So you need to have hope. You are the Empress. You need to nurture. Also putting yourself out there to help and nurture others. In some way, in whatever way that you are called, is what I'm getting to say to you. And look, now I've put the star in the upright. There is hope, there is healing here. This could also be to do with birth, maybe finding out that you're adopted. You could be finding out that you have other parents somewhere in the world. And this could have been a big shock to you as well. Maybe you're going to find out that you were born in devilish ways. So, God, that sounds weird. That you were born, like, it's like somebody who gets pregnant from an aggressive stranger, let's say, and you find out that that's, you know, that's how you were brought into the world, you know, or that your birth, there's something about your birth that is a lie or a secrecy or trauma and neglect when you were a child. So there's a lot of child harm being done here, and we all, you know, hurt each other in different ways, but this is, you know, this is with the Tower. You need to, you know, heal from some form of damage that's been done to you. But it's almost like the truth will set you free, but the truth, you know your truth, you know the truth, or you're finding out the truth, and this will release you. But at the end of the day, you could end up being brought back into this dark energy, into this darkness, because it's like the other people, the toxic people, aren't validating you. That's it. You're not being validated, and you need to walk away from this once and for all. You can't expect validation. If you know your truth and God knows your truth and it's written in your book of life, then no one can ever deny you. That is validation. God and the angels in the universe are validating you. So there might be something here to do with validation, stamping passports and things like that. So let's have a look at this devil energy. We'll use these quantum cards. Oh, that came out a bit quick. Oh, we'll take them anyway. So 2 cards. And we have, look, the angels of the 4 directions. They're here. Spirit, rise up. Rise up in light. You're going to be released from some difficulties. You're going to be released from all of this wounding and all of this trauma once and for all. And it's going to come through as an epiphany, an aha moment. All of a sudden you're just going to understand why you've been through what you've been through. You're going to understand all of a sudden how to keep moving forward. And keep moving forward you must. So the angels are here. See, this is rising up. This is like judgment again. So, you know, and it's like, do you want to keep moving? Are you running, or are you actually making steps towards a new and better life? This is what you have to ask yourself. And look, energy, planning and direction. And that's the other thing too, energy. Yeah, I was thinking electricity and energy towers and 4G and things like that. There could be something to do with energy towers around you that can be toxic for your health. So there's something there as well. But yeah, planning needed. Town planning needed, new roads being built, so people who are in disaster zones, there's rebuilding going on here. Things are going to be put right. But also you need to plan, like in my fortune cookie that I did. I'm doing fortune cookies at the moment for Chinese New Year, although fortune cookies aren't Chinese, they're actually Japanese, that were taken on by Chinese restaurants in America. They're kind of like American invention based on a Japanese idea. So just let's get our cultural icons correct. So yeah, there's planning needed. Yeah, the fortune cookie that I did, it says, you know, you need to plan for wealth. You need to plan for what's coming. You need to open your arms wide and praise the Lord. So it's kind of like you needing to, I think my reading the other day said this, I don't know which reading, but it was, yeah, it was that story, the biography of a yogi. And I was telling the story of the tiger yogi who was given a premonition. He fought tigers, you know, a very strong, very, very strong person, and he would fight tigers. But, you know, fighting a tiger is an ego-driven, you know, thing, taming nature, being stronger than. And he was told that you will have one last fight with a tiger, with the most ferocious tiger of all, and you will become so wounded. You will win, but you will be wounded and you will fall ill for 6 months. And then after that, you will become a monk. It kind of has that, not saying you need to become a monk, but it's kind of like you need to drop your pride. You need to drop your ego once and for all. You kind of need to humble yourself and just let God do it all for you. Do nothing is what I'm getting to say to you. And you might be feeling bored and restless and alone. But, you know, while you're in that mode of restlessness and, you know, waiting for God, you know, people lose hope, don't they? You know, waiting for divine instructions with the 10 of Wands here. in the meantime, you can continue to defeat the demons. You can continue to nurture yourself and love yourself. And it's really hard to be motivated when we feel unsupported. But you need to plan your way forward. There's a road here leading to a castle. There's travel here as well. There's a clock here as well. Maybe you feel like the clock is ticking. You're running out of time to have a child. You're running out of time, you know, to travel. You're running out of life force, maybe for some of you. But at the end of the day, you know, this is where we can get into trouble as well. You know, the clock is ticking. You might want a child. These sorts of things. Or, you know, you're just impatient for travel, or you're impatient for something, for probably all of it. But at the end of the day, everything's in divine timing. But when we are desperate, you know, when we get desperate and we make material, ego-driven decisions, that's when we partner with all the wrong people. That's when, you know, we end up, yes, you'll have the child, but then what's the relationship, you know, the partnership going to be like? Are they the right person for you? Are they going to be a good parent to your child? So, you know, we have to let we're living in times where we have to let our intuition and let the divine guide us. But, you know, plan for this new future. But first, be humbled is what I'm getting to say. This is like, you know, coming down to your knees, but then having to remain humble, giving credit to the divine, remaining humble once the storm is over, remaining humble. But also this is like awakening as well. You know, you go through all this crap, you know, you're awakened, and then it's almost, then you plateau, you know, as the dark energy still chases you down, as the devil still tries to creep back into your life. So you need to stay vigilant is what I'm getting as well. And what's on the bottom here? Oh yeah, letting go. So needing to let go. And what's letting go? Letting go is kind of letting yourself be bored, letting yourself feel what you feel, letting yourself, you know, but while at the same time reflecting and analysing on where you are and how you got there. And where you are, is it any different to where you were, you know, in your most painful times of childhood is what I'm getting to say to someone. So letting go, let spirit guide you, rising up, hallelujah. Oh, and it came up again, letting go. So you need to let go of the dark forces, let go of this devil energy. The, you know, angels are trying to guide you through this doorway. There's a doorway opening, and you need to let the stars guide you. You're being protected as well by a lot of white light. Maybe this is what you're afraid of. You're afraid of falling back into old habits. You're afraid of just meeting more devil people. You just, you know, how do you know that you know, the prophecy is fulfilled? How do you know that, you know, new people will be literally new people coming into your life, rather than, you know, just the same old dark energy in different wrappings? So, you know, this is where faith comes in. You have to have faith. You have to leave this energy, you know, you have to just keep pushing through. Not forcefully, gently and loving with yourself. You just have to keep pushing through. It's like a, you know, a final doorway. And what's on the bottom? Professional assistance. So, you know, you're going to receive assistance. You could need professional advice of some kind as well. You could be a professional person, but you're having to change and shift careers into a more spiritual career. But also you will receive the assistance that you need. Oh, of a creative endeavor. Yeah, decrease. This is what you're afraid of. You know, and it's kindred partnerships. So this, you know, there's been a decrease in your life, you know, letting go of all those people who don't serve you, letting go of partnerships. You know, you need to focus on yourself at the moment, focus on the divine, focus on humbling yourself and having, you know, and coming to grace once and for all. But, you know, you have a creative idea coming your way as well. And the divine doesn't want you to be distracted by devil energy anymore, because there's a divine purpose here. There's creative energy coming your way, and yes, support is coming your way on a professional level. So you could be being evaluated as well for your creativity, for your great idea. There could even be something here to do with an invention, or whatever you're guided to do, it has a purpose. and will bring you joy and happiness. But in the meantime, yes, you know, friends are falling away, everything's falling away from you. You're seeing a decrease in kindred partnerships. You're seeing a decrease in your life financially. But, you know, you need to have faith. So know that no matter what you go through, rather than letting yourself sink into dark energy and then bouncing up to the like spiritual bipolar, you know, instead of being spiritually bipolar, try and stay in the light. Try and elevate yourself and maintain your elevation. And that's why it's important, like you come out of the dark and then, well, you know, I'm awake, you know, and then you start talking about Jesus and God, and you start talking about, you know, spirituality is never off your lips, that kind of thing, and then bang, you sink back down into something because the devil comes out to play. The devil comes to reclaim you, to reclaim your soul. The devil thought they had you. Well, no, wrong devil, wrong. But so the devil's trying to get you back into their grip, into their trap. And the only way to stay out of the devil trap, stay out of this dark energy, is by meditating. You know, when you feel really sad, when you feel down, it's all too much for you, you just feel like you've been patient, you're losing faith, you know, that's when you need to put some nice meditation music on. Sit and meditate. Still the mind. You know, talk to yourself in a more positive and loving ways. And I know this is hard. I find it impossible to do if you haven't been taught how to nurture. If no one's ever nurtured you, and how do you even understand how to nurture yourself? Like, if you've always been neglected and abandoned, then you're going to neglect and abandon yourself. You're going to neglect and abandon God. You're going to, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. And then we have the wild unknown, so we'll get one of these. I hope this makes sense. This is a bit of a depressing reading. Somebody's energy is very low. But, you know, you are going to have a breakthrough. This is a breakthrough. The angels are working in your favor. You know, with the Ace of Swords here, know that, you know, that the unseen forces are real and they are at work. But you also need to push through. You also need to do some work here, is what I'm getting to say to you. And we have the shaman, so that's interesting. The shaman, and we have a diamond here, and we have all sorts of, what's this one? And the warrior. The warrior and the shaman. You are, you know, you are a spiritual warrior. You are God's warrior. You don't realize this. You know, the thing is that, you know, we want to be rewarded for everything. We want to see reward in all things. Well, I've done this, so therefore why can't I have that? You know, this is not how it works, and this is, you know, hard to come to terms with, because, you know, we need to sort of like some kind of measuring stick. We need some kind of evaluation and some kind of like validation for our work that we're doing. So spirituality doesn't work like that. It's you can't ask for any of that. You just have to have faith that it will be, is what I'm getting to say to you. But you do have assistance coming your way. There's something here to do with dogs and dog walking and things like that. Devil energy. The devil dogs or something. What do you call that? Anyway, I'll just quickly read this. So we've got the warrior, that's it's self-explanatory, and that's a 10 as well. And rainbows as well. We have the rainbow warrior. Yeah, so it's something to do with France here. But yeah, 10, things coming to completion. And see the snakes all through this. We're coming into we are in the year of the snake. And see, the year of the snake can be extremely successful for anyone. It's all about, you know, like the year of the snake is the time of shedding the skin for the, you know, the old to be shed to make way for the new. And even if it doesn't match with your particular sign, with your stars, with your astrology, with your day of birth, it's an, you know, obstacles will be shown to you. Like everything's just going to feel so tight and restrictive that you're going to have no choice but to, you know, to rebirth into a new skin. There's things here to do with skin as well, collagen, tightening your skin and things like that for someone. But yeah, see this hand coming out? hand. You're wanting assistance, you're wanting help, but at the same time, this hand, it's almost like, when we see in the movies, see, it's with this letting go, and it's coming from this Judgment card. So it's, the divine is putting out a hand, but the snake is whispering in your ear. The devil is whispering in your ears. So, it's like a bit of a tug of war going on here. Perhaps you do that with dogs. Dogs there's something here to do with dogs. But yeah, so, the shaman. The shaman is the wise person. The shaman is the hermit. The shaman is the indigenous elder who knows all, who understands the stories, the divine, sacred knowledge going on here as well. There could also be something with professional assistance, like going to a retreat, or going to a shaman, going to somebody who's wise and getting the assistance that you need. But the divine will guide you. The divine is putting out a hand to help you, to assist you, to come out of this darker energy. So yeah, and I think that sort of says it all. We'll just get one of these, the 4. And the shaman is 16. So that's the Tower energy. So yeah, the ego has to fall. All those temptations have to fall. We have 3 skulls here. So, it's like, the 3 wise men is what I'm getting here as well. And pearl drops or teardrops or something like that. But the vast universe, you are, to the divine, you shine bright. You are this diamond. You are of great value to the divine, is what I'm getting to say to you. You could also have something of great value. You might need to sell it in order to start again. Don't take anything personally. Your truth is personal to you. There you go. I was talked all about your truth. You know your truth. The divine knows your truth. Your own opinions and point of view reflect your own agreements, and are personal to you. It is no one's truth but yours. And that's it too. You're coming to the truth. You're coming to the, using your logic. At the same time, letting spirit guide you, letting your intuition guide you. Really letting God guide you is what you really need to come to. Stop overthinking, stop worrying. You are a warrior, you've overcome much, and you need to be proud of yourself for that. You need to, be proud of the fact that you've probably come through the worst of things, and you still go out into the world and shine bright. But in your private downtime, you have moments of darkness, of doubt, of worry. That's the devil trying to draw you back into the darkness. So, yeah, there could be something here to do with Satanism, satanics. It's like maybe someone's, cursed you, sold your soul. You can't sell your soul. You cannot, your soul cannot be sold to anyone for anything. The time that you sell your soul is when you commit some kind of, when you really commit some kind of high-level crime, and really hard, like something that only God can forgive you for. So yeah, that's for someone. So if you're in satanic, yeah, but even then, you can still come to God. The worst of people can come to God. It happens in prisons all the time. Yeah, so anyway, that's enough of that. So yeah, so there is assistance coming to you. There are people who are being brought to you. You just need to continue to battle your demons, is what I'm getting to say to you. And there's that decrease again. There's water, issues with water, issues with just, money dripping through your hands. So perhaps even where you are, it's a drought area, it's a dry, arid area, but this is a cycle. You've hit rock bottom, and then look, a loving man. So there's a loving man coming your way, or a loving woman, or a loving person. They could be very, they're a professional person. Yeah, and then, fragmented energy. So, you're needing to really put yourself back together. You've been trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together, But at the end of the day, you already know the answer. It's just that you don't accept, or you're not accepting the answer because you want the answer to be validated in some way. Oh, family, friends and guides. And peace, coming to peace. So maybe this is the thing as well, you know, maybe you're at a distance from your family. This is to do with family issues. There's something here in the family that's created a puzzle. There's a secret. Trying to find out and work out who you are and how you fit in with these puzzles here. But at the end of the day, you know, this is like family, friends and guides. You know, you are a light to these people. You know, people who do love you. The divine loves you. They want you to be at peace so that you can shine your light bright, so that you can rise up once and for all. So that you can, you know, maybe you are the glue that brings people together. Maybe you are the glue in your family. You know, maybe you kept yourself together for loved ones, friends and family for a long time, and then you just fell apart. But you need to have this tower, you need to have this falling apart in order to rise again, to, you know, like the snake, shedding the old skin, shedding the old ways. But, you know, this is it. You're on a divine path. You're on a divine mission. You know, you are going to be at peace. And there is someone who loves you very, very much. You know, they possibly have been through a lot as well. This person will understand you as you've never been understood before. Okay, that's it. So, you know your truth. I hope all this makes sense. It's a bit of a sermon. Love to you guys. Bye.